right, coming in hot, family. We finna react to the interview with Nolan parents. You know, they broke their silence on the situation. I don't even know how I didn't see this 5 hours earlier. This didn't even pop into my algorithm or anything. Like, I would have been on this, but I ain't gonna say too much. We finna watch this. Let's get into it.
Mysterious death of Nolan Wells. We're joined by his parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, as well as their attorney, Ben Crump. And before we get started, first off, I want to thank you for being here under these circumstances. I know how extremely tough it must be, and we can express how sorry we are for you and your family. And
Man, beautiful set of parents, bro. No cap. Beautiful set of parents.
first question, how are you two holding up?
Taking it second by second.
Day by day.
Second by second and day by day, which we all can understand. And I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would. Like,
I don't know why he would. We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in college, he would say, "Dad, well, we're gonna ride down to a party or something in another city." Now, so I always tell him, "Look, if you go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not."
That's facts. That's how we was raised. You go 5, you come back with 5. He drilled it into his head early.
Separate from the group. Cause I always said safety is in numbers. Mm-hmm. And he always said, "Yes, sir." So he knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group. Yeah. And you said he would always check in with you. Did he check in with you that day?
So that day, no, I don't. But of course, too, they were on the boat, and usually when he is out there, which it's not uncommon, he's I think since last year he's been going there occasionally with his friends, and so it would always just be like, "Hey, Mom, I'm back," type of thing. But this time there was no call or text from him. It was from his friend.
And then too, really didn't worry a lot about it because it was his last weekend to have fun.
Yeah.
Because that Monday he had to report to school. We was preparing to take him back for camp.
Wow, he was going back to school and finna start camp again for football, bro. So this was his last, big hoorah before he starts school, like any other college team, that want to turn up before school start or before the next semester start, whatever it is. This shit is sad.
Prepare for the season, so we understand he wanted to have his last hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season. Because, like I said, the entire summer he's training. He got more serious. He started to understand what I was trying to tell him about football, not just being fun, but as you get farther in it, it becomes a business. If you want to excel, and you have to understand, and you have to understand both at the same time.
And we know, Ben, that you said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you said you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima, and I said, "Hey, have you guys seen Nolan?" Because her 2 sons, Jalen and Javon, they grew up together. They played City League sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, "Hey, okay," the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. I was like, "Well, it's showing that he's back on land. I'm not." He's like, "But no, he didn't come back with us."
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked.
That's a red flag. You feel me? They ain't even take. My thing is, and that's what this. I'm telling you, them having the phone is gonna be the big crack to all of this shit. Because one, how did y'all even get his phone to take it and keep? And then they didn't even like, okay, say if something did happen, right? Accident happened, this and that, everybody panicking, we gotta tell his parents what happened. Say if, you know, me and the bros, we on a trip just like this, we and one of the bros drowned, right? We gotta tell the parents what happened, this and that, all types of shit when we get back on land. And we take bro's belongings to his family. We don't keep it on no weird shit. That's a red flag. Why was y'all didn't even voluntarily give his phone back to his family or none of that? Come on now.
It up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone, they tracked it. And that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that
I think Ben Crump just said it. Look, bro.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone, they tracked it. And that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who says, if you believe their story, I'm going to stay behind and I'm going to leave my phone.
Come on, man. That's not making any sense, bro. So they did decode that video. I told y'all, bro. I told y'all that video was going to be a piece of everything. You can hear some type of commotion that's going on in that video. And if you watch that video, you can also see it. You can see it. What I pointed out, bro, something was going on in that area, dog. And they decoded the video. They saying that Nolan was saying, like, give me my phone back. Like, what are you doing? Like, you feel me? Like, he was getting in tune with them, bro. They was hating on him, dog.
I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then there's so many things their parents were telling us about. Even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
Yeah, so there's so many questions that need to be answered. And is there anything you'd like people to know about Nolan? What would you like them to know about your son?
Oh, mama.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
Damn, that's
Get serious,
bro.
A degree, but still no career.
Families earning six figures and still can't afford college.
They say higher.
That's tough.
No,
It's okay.
Nolan. Take your time. Nolan was very loving. He was liked by all. It was not a friend that he couldn't make.
This how you know this is, bro. It's like damn, bro, like a great kid, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't get me wrong, I reacted to a lot of great kids on my channel that ain't deserve losing their lives, you feel me? But this shit is global because this is like it's in the times where a lot of weird cases and weird shit is going on right now. And now it's happening to an innocent kid, bro. Innocent. He's not even a kid, a young man that had his whole life ahead of him. His whole life ahead of him, and them boys took that. The truth is gonna come out. His dad said, bro, nah, that don't sound right. I taught him from day one, if you leave with a group, go with a group. Feel me? The truth is gonna come out with this shit, bro, and it's honestly fucked up. It's sad, bro. This is terrible. This is terrible, gang. Like, whole life ahead of him.
No, we'll be right back with more for the parents of Nolan Wells and attorney Ben Crump. We're back now on GMA with the parents of Nolan Wells, Christina and Elmore Wansley. And I want you to please continue to tell us what you want the world to know about your son.
So Nolan was just like this bright light, right? Walk into a room, his smile, his energy was just so infectious. Like it's almost like he drew you into him. And he was just one of those people, like he always wanted everyone to be included. He didn't want anyone to feel left out. I remember one of his teachers emailing us. I can't remember what grade he was in, but basically it was math class. They had a special needs student, and she asked a question, and Nolan got everyone to put their hands down because he wanted that student to answer. And so student answers the question, and she was like, Christine, the classroom, Nolan went crazy, and everyone else started going crazy, just celebrating that child, making them feel included. And that was the person he was. Like, he loved everyone. And I always told Nolan, like, you have to be careful when you have such a big heart like that. I love that God blessed you with that, but you have to be careful with that, because that it's not always returned, that type of love. But
Come on, Mom. That's facts. He's not lying, bro. Having a big heart can sometimes honestly be a blessing and a curse, bro. Gotta be careful with it. That is crazy. He never seen this coming, bro. You can tell he didn't. Come on now. This shit had to be pre-planned, plotted. It had to be some type of animosity and envy, something. Got the family he come from, doing his thing in college, playing football, star athlete. Oh man.
he was just genuinely a good person. Like, I always say, all the best parts of me are with him.
And Dad, anything else you want to add?
It's just, he's gonna be really missed. I know a lot of his teammates, they all look at him as a leader. He's more like a silent leader. Not real big on words, more action, which is kind of like I was. I really wasn't real big on talking. I really wanted to show you, and you follow me, and people follow him. And it's gravitated. He put in the work, he worked hard, and he knew he was focused on what he wanted. And he wanted to make life better for, his family. He wanted to have his own family. He used to say, Dad, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. I said, well, son, you got to take it one step at a time. Slow down, let's go, let's walk this thing out. Let's train, let's sign our deals, let's make these teams, make these camps, put the work in, and everything else will work out. Even his baby brother, their bond got even stronger, because now I have a big brother that he's finna do something, so now I want to outdo that. So his focus and his confidence has got even better. So I was looking forward to both of them having outstanding years.
Seasons,
He seemed like he inspired in the home, and he inspired outside of the home. And Attorney Crump, where do we go from here? What's next?
Well, the deleted messages that Christina was going to briefly touch on, we want to get the phone and figure that out.
Backtrack on that. When we finally got his phone, me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had 2 accounts, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. And I was just like, that can't be. Like, I've seen Nolan whenever he snaps, like when he goes and he's having fun, like he does videos. Like, there was absolutely nothing, no saved videos. And even my sister was like, yeah, that's suspicious,
Michael, we having an independent autopsy done at the behest of his family. Colin Kaepernick helped pay for the independent autopsy.
That's fire. Colin Kaepernick paid for the independent autopsy. That's dope, family. That's dope. The fact that he be behind the scenes, but he's always watching.
We flew his body up from Mississippi to D.C. because they wanted an autopsy done by a person with no interaction with the Mississippi law enforcement, because there's an issue of trust here that is really important. And the fact that they keep trying to say, suggesting it was a drowning, but nobody out there reported him drowning. It's not adding up, Michael Strahan. It is not adding up.
Too many people
and
out
honestly,
there.
we are doing
Somebody's
this
seen something,
because at the end of the day, I would hope any parent would fight for their kids to find out if anything happened, what did happen. So we just want honesty and transparency. We want a thorough investigation. We want that same respect that would be given to anybody else, and that's it. We just want answers.
Well, we really appreciate all of you being here. We hope you get the answers.
That's crazy, bro. Oh, that's heavy. They gonna get the answers though for sure. They gonna get them. Something ain't right. Too many people out there not even recalling that he's drowning. I can't pull that card. There's too many people out there not to say what happened. Somebody is gonna come forward, bro. It's coming. Coming. I'm telling you it's coming. Somebody gonna either come forward or the truth is just gonna blatantly come out. They're gonna get caught, bro, because they're not covering up their tracks. Not will at all. You feel me? Like I said, with them trying to keep the phone and not volunteering, they, like Ben Crump just said, they had to track the phone down. They didn't bring the phone to them. Come on now. They're like, nah, we need that. And by the time they got the phone, it was wiped. How did they even get into his phone? Is y'all even thinking about that? If Nolan had a password or fingerprint on his phone and it's locked, how was they able to even get into his phone and get into his Snapchat to even wipe anything out? I'm pretty sure all these teens nowadays have locks on their phones. They shit just don't be swipe up and you get in their phone. They're real big on privacy. Yeah, bro, come on. Come on, bro. Telling you this shit ain't right. Them boys murdered him. Whether y'all want to look at it or not, bro. Let's not even try to downplay it, bro. They murdered that boy, man. And it's sad, gang. And these parents got to sit here and really fight to get justice now. This happened in Mississippi. Do your research about it. Ain't gonna say too much. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this reaction. I had to come with this reaction right here because this is crazy, bro. Make sure you check out the other video as well because we kind of went into some details on what is now going on. Recent updates with Nolan situation, bro. This shit is insane. But like I said, we're gonna continue to follow it all the way through. I ain't gonna say too much, man. Make sure you hype your boy up. Hit that sub, like, and comment button. Out of here. Peace, love, my boy DJ.